So guys, today I'm going to be ranking every number one overall pick since 2010. So obviously this list is a little bit outdated. So there are two new picks that were not added. We have Kyler Murray and Joe Burrow. I will be adding them though and telling them at the end of the video where I think they belong on this tier list. So before we get into the video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and let me know down in the comment section what you think of this type of video. I've never done a video like this before, so I really want some feedback. So we'll start off with Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford has had a bit of a disappointing career. He kind of bounced around the NFL. He had a stint with the Rams, never really found a home, and then never really succeeded in the NFL. We're going to put him in the average because he's obviously not a number one pick worthy quarterback, but he did find a little bit of success and he did not totally bust. So that is totally going to be an average. Next, we have Jameis Winston, who spent 5 decent years with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We ended up shipping him off after he asked for $30 million a season. Obviously, we're not going to pay $30 million when we paid Tom Brady $25 million. So he is for sure also going to go in the average. He is currently a backup in New Orleans. He's going to probably get in towards the end of the season. I'm sure if they secure a playoff spot, we'll see a little bit of Jameis Winston in New Orleans Saints uniform. But until then, Jameis Winston is going to be an average quarterback. Next one, Mitchell Schwartz. Obviously, he's pretty decent. He is not the best offensive lineman of all time. Definitely not number one overall pick worthy. He's had a decent career. He just won a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs in 2020. So for sure, he's going to go into the prototypical career. He's above average, but he's nothing fantastic. He's a quality offensive lineman in a league that lacks quality offensive linemen. So for sure, he's going to be in just a prototypical career. Next one, Cam Newton. Cam Newton had some very successful seasons with Carolina. He ended up making the Super Bowl and losing to the Denver Broncos, but he is currently in New England. New England, he started off pretty hot. He had the 2 first games were pretty good for him. Since then, though, he's kind of fallen off a cliff since he got COVID. He has not done well. The entire Patriots have been a huge disappointment for their fans, and I don't think that he's going to find much success there. So for sure, he's just going to be average. He had some great years, don't get me wrong, but this season has not treated him well. Next one, Andrew Luck. Great player, had some fantastic years in Indianapolis, but he retired early at just 29 years old. For sure, he is going to be a possible Hall of Famer, though. He had some fantastic years. If he didn't retire early, though, he would be possibly one of that Brady tier quarterbacks, but he did retire, so I don't think that he can make that area great yet. Next one, Myles Garrett. Started off a little slow in his career, and then he just annihilated Mason Rudolph with his helmet, and since then he has been on fire. Though he got reinstated this offseason, he has been fantastic, leading the NFL in sacks at the time that I'm recording this, and he is just getting after the quarterback and really making that defense relevant. For sure, he's going to be a possible Hall of Famer. That was a great pick for them, and he is one of the best players to come out of that draft. Next one, we got Jared Goff. Jared Goff has been pretty good, but he has had a few disappointing seasons. He did also make a Super Bowl, but he lost to the New England Patriots. He does have a great receiving core. Cooper Kupp is very good. Higbee is good. He has a very good offensive line, but I think that he just needs to work on making himself a little bit more explosive and making better, or just making less turnovers, making better plays out of the pocket. He does try to roll out sometimes, but I don't think that's a strong suit, and I think what they need to do is really make sure they develop the offensive line so he doesn't have to roll out. But for sure, we're going to give him a prototypical career. For sure, he could be in that possible Hall of Fame. But until then, until he gets to that tier, that he really needs to start working a little bit to get better. For sure, he can be there. Next one, we have Jadeveon Clowney. I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember Jadeveon Clowney at NC State. He was an absolute stud. He was picked first overall by the Houston Texans. Kind of an average player, nothing fantastic now. He's kind of bounced around the league. He had a stint with Seattle. He played for Houston. He's on Tennessee now. He's going to be a prototypical career. Definitely not first overall pick worthy, but he did get some stuff done, and he is a defensive menace sometimes, but he's not overly exciting. He doesn't make that many big plays to be a number one overall pick. And our last one that's on the list is Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield has been pretty inconsistent, had some up and down years, and he's really just bounced around between great and not great. So he's so inconsistent. He has great games, and he has an offensive line. He has receivers. He can for sure be at this possible Hall of Famer if he can continue to play well and not have these high turnover and low offensive stat games. But we're gonna have to put Baker at the prototypical career for now. All right, now we're going to get into the ones that are on the list, but I'm still going to put them there. So we're going to have Kyler Murray and this year Joe Burrow. Kyler Murray had a slow start. He did win Rookie of the Year in his rookie year, But obviously, they improved the team a lot. They added DeAndre Hopkins, they had Kenyon Drake, and there is a huge improvement that we've seen from not only Kyler Murray, but the entire Cardinals team. And he is for sure going to be in that possible Hall of Famer tier right here. Next, we have Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was thrown into a terrible situation with one of the worst offensive lines in football, but he is still making the best of it. He's actually having pretty decent weeks. He's had a couple rushing touchdowns. He's been pretty impressive for a kid that's just getting a start on day one, who's a rookie. Never played in that system before, had no preseason. His offensive line is atrocious. He is constantly running for his life. But for sure, he's going to be in that possible Hall of Famer tier because I know that he's a quality quarterback, and this is the best draft class for quarterbacks we've ever seen. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comment section what you think of this kind of video. I've never done this before, so I really want to get some feedback. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.